Hey guys, Manitoba again. Going to be doing another Guild Wars today, so we're going to hop right on in and take a look. This is the guild I fought this morning, and we'll go ahead. Had to do a little bit more differently on the recording because of apparently Summoner's War. The playback option is messing up, so you get to see my thinking as I'm processing going through a Guild Wars battle. And as you'll see, I'm going to go with the super save comp of Veligul, Lauren, and Tyrannies on the bottom against the Sierra, Orion, and Rakan. Now on the top is a Jean, Skogul, and Juno. So I think I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to bring a Fran, Leica, and one other unit as soon as I find it. The reason why for Leica is pretty simple. Skogul can't kill Leica. Oh, that's right. I ended up busting out the Bella Dion. As you can see, not overly amazing stats. Actually, I just built this unit again so I could farm the Griffin floor 5. Between Vertiheel, Bella Dion, and Lauren, you could bring whatever and you're going to clear it. Okay, so we got a derp from the Juno off the get-go, which was fine. So I'm going to try to break defense on Skogul, which I do land. I have immunity up, so cryoprovocation is not going to be an issue. Derp from the Skogul as well, which I've noticed quite a few Skoguls on defense derp quite frequently, because we know the AI is amazing in this game. Once again, with Leica and Skogul, there's no way that he is going to take a Leica down. Also with Juno, it's passive. Even if it has one negative effect on it or debuff, it will heal. That's another reason why I brought. I know Leica, all the Dragon Knights dot on their first skill, but their second skills typically do not have debuffs on them. So I just try to save that and use it on the Juno when available. Also, there was no attack break on this team or on the defense, so we didn't have to worry about the biggest drawback of the Dragon Knights being attack break. Once you attack break them, you might as well be slapped with a wet noodle. As you can see, this was pretty easily handled. I had 2 healers and 1 thorough damage dealer. And I brought defense break, which they were also lacking on their side. It was more of I could see what they were trying to do, just CC with Jean and let Skogul drop the rocks, because we know Jean's going to proc enough to keep cryoprovocation up quite frequently. And Juno is a semi-reliable 90% stripper 50% of the time on Tuesdays. Unfortunately for them, today is Monday. So I actually like Juno. Just overall, the oracles beyond Gianna and Sierra, I think, are underworked, even with some of the newer buffs like the Praha getting to sleep on her skill 3 now. I still think that the strip should be 100%. I got an Orion derp there, which made this match even easier. Because there was no attack bar boost. The key to this is getting the defense buff up as quickly as possible. Landing the taunt was a bonus. That's exactly why I put the revive onto the Wind Druid, because I knew Rakan would collapse into him, and with his most recent buff, he strips a beneficial effect now. So I figured stacking the beneficial effects on there would allow a higher chance of will remaining. So Sierra didn't bomb my druid. This comp and on offense, I mean, I use it on defense as well, and it seems to be pretty reliable on Guild War defense against G1 and low G2 guilds. It seems to have a pretty effective win rate on defense, but because AI is always going to follow the rules of elemental advantage, or so they say. Not nearly as effective on defense as it is on offense, but I really enjoy this comp. It's really safe. Probably out of the 70 to 80 times I've used it since concocting this whole mashup in my head, it's only lost on Guild Wars offense twice, and it's lost in Siege once. So it's really, really stable. But also, being Monday, my options were pretty limited. I had to find defenses that were complete and full and not farm. So this one, we got a generic Sierra, Perna, and Orion. So I'm going to take my Velajul Tyranny's comp. And then on the bottom, they got a Tiana, Jean, and Theo, which I can only imagine is for the fast strip, taunt, and then let Theo proc his way to a victory. For those of you that don't know, I did pull an Eladriel. Was thinking about trying them out in this one, but I decided to go ahead and just take the safer option. Bring my Sierra, Tiana, and Ganymede. Now, Orion does Orion things right there. All three onto one unit. Now I have 2 units stunned and almost dead. And then I get a proc. Fortunate for me. Either way, I think I would have been fine. Use Lauren to slow down the Orion because the Orion's the RNG factor in this one. As long as he doesn't get another strip off, I don't have to worry about Sierra. So that's why I went for Orion right there. And that's exactly what I'm going to kill Orion. And I put the Soul Protect onto Velajul because the cleanse is more valuable to me than the defense break and the attack bar manipulation at this point. So with this, I can kill the Orion, and now the match is pretty solidly in my hands. Now it's going to look like it's going to get a little shaky, but Tyranny's is OP, so I just lost Lauren. I'm going to lose my Velajul here in a second. But then Tyranny's will do Tyranny's things, and I'll get my Velajul back. I never really relied on defense-based damage dealers before I got the Wind Druid, and now that I have one, it's like I want to build everything defense-based. Sort of like when I first started playing the game, and I believed the only way to beat TOA was to stack HP on everything. Now this one's pretty simple. Now I'm going to reset the Jean, so I don't have to worry about cryoprovocation. I'm going to drop the bomb, which Sierra's going to miss, because it's pretty much guaranteed every Guild Wars Sierra will miss the first bomb in each match. So we'll go ahead and refresh, drop the second bomb, detonate, so I don't have to worry about any shenanigans. It's going to force the Jean to cleanse. Oh, not this one apparently, sorry. I was thinking the wrong match, and there goes Sierra doing Sierra things again. Mind you, mine has 92% accuracy. And you know that was 100% resistance Theo. Because everyone stacks res on Theo. I think it's Will Endure Endure is the rune build for it. Now I'll go ahead and seal magic on the Tiana. This way, no more worrying about strip. One of these days I'll actually finish skilling mine up. And by finish, I mean start. But every time I start to think about skilling, Tiana works without skill up, so on offense anyways. Another pretty easy, solid match. Only lost my Lauren, so gonna have to get creative in the next one. And this one had shinies on it and a generic Kamoon, Ethna, and Theo. So I am going to bring Tyrannies and Villajewel, and I believe I pop in a Bastet, so I can try to outspeed. For the bottom, it's a Sierra, Daphnis, Bastet. So I went with a super fun comp that I am really enjoying. Now, it is not nearly as viable as the Villajewel, Lauren, Tyrannies comp, but this comp is pretty fun. Leo, Vanessa, and the Water Demon. Because either way this defense decides to go, whether it be if it derps and defense breaks the Leo, instead of buffing attack and shield first turn, I get my Leo back with attack buff. If it goes as it's supposed to and Sierra bombs the Water Demon, then the Water Demon comes back with attack buff and ignore defense. Now I didn't outspeed, but Villajewel was there to cleanse. Instead of buffing, I'm going to go ahead and try to defense break, which I do land defense break on the Theo, so that is the target I will take after this. Now I was not worried about the attack buff or the shield because I have defense buff and 2 defense based damage dealers, so they do get a small little kick from having an attack buff, but it's not nearly as substantial as just landing defense break. So I took full advantage of that. Now, as you see, neither one of those times was I below 50%, but both times the Ethna was able to land the stun anyways. And then this I just got to milk down. I'm in no danger of getting soloed by a Kamoon. Now, having Lauren in here naturally would have made this a little faster because I would have had more defense breaks and slow, which would have reduced the damage from Theo and Kamoon. But, this wasn't a bad substitute, honestly. I was just figuring no matter what I put in the third spot, the comp would be able to handle it. So now Leo's going to move first, so I'm going to go for the Sierra, I believe, so I don't mess up the speed tuning on their side because I want their side to move in turn order. Daphnis does derp, which was sort of annoying, but luckily for me the Bastet missed all the defense breaks, so now he is going to kill my Leo. He's going to come back with attack buff. I'm going to nuke the Sierra because that is the only real big threat now because skill 3 from Daphnis has been used. Because he did the derp and did the AoE reset, I didn't have the ignore defense when I came back. This time I resisted before it died because elemental advantage is a thing. This time the Bastet does land the defense break, so I lose Vanessa, but that's fine. And Demon's back to ignore defense. And then Torrent on the Bastet and GG. And that was this morning's Guild War. If you see anything you guys liked, please let me know in the comments. Hit like on the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.